Hello and welcome to Club Sandwich. This is episode 2. They let us back into the building. I might not be my merry self today for want of Diet Coke. I'm instead drinking this, what's it called, Karma Coke.
Karma Coke. Oh gosh, you really are a cola snob, aren't you?
I'm very bitter about that, but we will proceed. The production crew are very excited. One greeted us at the door, didn't she?
Yes, very excited about the announcement and everything. And
A little
you
whelp
excited
was
to join us?
made.
Well, you certainly are.
Yes. But anyway, you're... Sorry. No, you're joined by me, Jordan Sanger. In this episode, I'm going to try and improve my posture because I did watch a bit of the YouTube video from last time, and my goodness, I'm slouching. So
Yes. Oh God.
Yes. You too.
Check.
And who are you?
I'm Henry Southern, your beloved husband. Make sure you click follow wherever you're listening, and that can mean you're the first person to find out when each episode comes out. And also give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Lots of fun little exclusive content over there as well.
The theme of this week is meal deals, because don't you love a meal deal, Henry?
I think like the British people in general have got
Yeah.
a fascination with meal deals, because I think like it's often when Americans come over here, they like find it, the whole idea of you getting your drink and your snack and your sandwich for like £3 or something,
Yeah.
£3.50.
Well, you know, sometimes when I'm feeling a bout of melancholy and I don't want to get out of bed, I think to myself, I can just go to the shop, get a meal deal,
Yeah.
and all will somewhat improve.
How have you been since last week, though? This is for people listening, watching. This is the first episode that we've recorded since the podcast
Yes.
has been announced and out. So we're really excited. And the reaction has been amazing, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been great.
I know.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, a lot of people now know why
Yeah.
a banger's called a banger, because you put it in a pan and it goes bang.
I know, because I do want to educate, inform, and inspire on this podcast. So, anyway, how have you been? Oh, you asked me how I've been.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been very good, thank you. You know, because we spend 24/7 together.
I know. Yeah.
How have you been, though?
I've been pretty good. I mean,
That's not true,
obviously,
is it?
I had
You've had it.
Yeah, I had
Yes.
a slight issue the night, but we're going to get onto that later, aren't
Yes.
we? Yeah. Should we go on to the headlines? What
We
we'll talk about
should.
this week.
So that is the first headline. We've had a worrisome winter's night where Henry Southern almost passed away.
Not quite, but you are certainly making contingency plans for such.
Don't ruin it, Henry. That's the next feature.
I apparently commit treason against this country.
Yes, and Sandy has a very soggy sandwich.
Who's Sandy?
All will be revealed. So, first up we have Cheesed Off. This is a section where Henry and I just have a little rant, food-related or otherwise. So what's cheesed you off this week, Henry?
You know what? You're going to hate this.
Well, I know what it is, and I do hate it. And that's why we had the headline treasonous.
And I'm just happy that this isn't too big of a problem for us to continue in our relationship. Because I actually think fish and chips is one of the most underrated, one of the most overrated.
It is one of the most underrated in your mind. But I mean, yeah, it's not very
Overrated.
problematic because in London you can't really get a decent plate of fish and chips, in my opinion.
I find the whole thing, it's so kind of stodgy. It's like a beige buffet situation. I think if there was like an Olympics for food, like of every country, I would not put the fish and chips forward like so many people would. I'd put like the Sunday roast forward.
What about the pie and mash?
I wouldn't put the pie and mash forward.
No, but fish and chips.
Fish and chips, it gives
they're
absolutely
gorgeous.
nothing.
They do. They give everything, Henry. It's just you're quite the Philistine when it comes to fish and chips.
But there's no flavour whatsoever.
Yes, there is.
What?
Well, you don't like
fat?
vinegar for a start.
Oh, so if
No,
the
it
dish,
doesn't all depend
if the
on the
dish relies
no,
on the
no.
condiment, then there's a major issue.
No, darling,
there.
you're talking utter tripe. You get a lovely piece of battered haddock.
Yeah, okay.
Some chips. You can't get good chip shop chips anywhere south of bloody Lincoln.
I know. What, do you remember we went on a pilgrimage to Brighton once?
Yeah, well, we went the wrong fucking way.
We really did, didn't
Yes.
we?
And then we just sat in the Soho house for the next 4 hours.
Brighton's a lovely place, guys.
But yes, fish
I
and
think-
chips. No, right, where were we? Chips.
The smell.
Some bread. Yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it? You get some bread, some scraps. You know what scraps are? The batter pieces.
Yeah. I
Battered
doesn't
sausage.
really appeal to
We were
me.
talking about
You know-
sausages last week.
God, this is chaotic. You can buy scraps in a tub from M&S.
No, they're decent. They are decent. And then proper chip shop peas, so the gungy stuff.
Okay.
And then
So
some
one of the
curry
stuff that looks
sauce.
a bit radioactive green.
Yes.
It's awful.
It's
I
impactful.
can't stand the acidity and the vinegariness of everything that goes on top of it. But then it's sorry.
Well, I mean, when I was growing up, Humble, Scunthorpe, and then Grimsby, every single Friday
Insert
was a fish and
violins.
chip. It was the fish and chips night until my grandfather began worrying about his cholesterol. So cholesterol. So it was fortnightly. But now it's lovely when they wrap it up in the paper and oof. I even love the smell of it, like cooking away in the bag.
I feel like it's a smell that never really leaves you.
Maybe it's my nostalgia speaking, but I do think fish and chips is up there.
And often in a fish and chip shop, you just see a massive jar with these things like random objects bobbing inside. I'm not necessarily sure what exactly they are.
Darling, the shit you've made me eat at some of these fine dining establishments. I mean, you're on very thin ice.
Oh gosh, this could really be the end of us, couldn't it?
Right, so
Podcast.
Well, yes, it could. I said that. I foreshadowed that last episode.
Somehow, I think we're going to really find it hard to agree on which of these is more annoying.
Well, I haven't even introduced mine.
No,
yet.
you haven't. What's cheesed you off this week, Jordan?
Phone calls. Well, it's not cheesed me off just this week. It's cheesed me off for the past 27 years.
Can I just say,
I don't like being phoned.
you were on the phone to your agent the other day.
Yes.
And he asked you what you were going to do as your thing. And you said phone calls. And I just heard in the background, oh, well, are you okay with this phone
I was like,
call?
not you, Dave. You're delightful to speak to 1 or 2 times a day. And you, of course, you have liberty to ring me. My mum's allowed to ring me. Oh, of course, she's my bloody mum, so
Yeah.
she can ring me once
don't
a
pick
week
up very
on a
often.
weekend. After she's had a few gins and I've had a few wines. And then we have the most beautiful chat. Neither of us really remember it. So, she gets her contact time.
Yeah.
But anyone else, you don't need to ring me. I always get terrified when I get a number ringing me and I don't recognize the number. Then I'm Googling the number. I'm going, I waste so much time trying to investigate what this number is. There's no need to ring anymore. Just send a passive aggressive email.
But also, do you not think something something on the phone could be so easily said, on a call, it's so much quicker than writing out a long message?
Darling,
sometimes?
but you hear how I am if I don't know the person. I'm the most dismissive, disregard. What? Why are you ringing me?
Also, the tone, because sometimes people don't know maybe what tone you're delivering a message in. On a phone, you can hear it could be oh fuck off rather than a fuck off.
Who's ringing you and telling you to fuck off?
I don't know.
Oh, gratuitous use of foul language there, Henry. But no, I don't see the need to phone. Just send a little message. If you got my number, if you're in that privileged 3.
Yes.
Just send a
Have
message.
you got quite a long blocked list?
Yeah.
Really?
Get into that. Blocking used to be cool many years ago.
Oh, I know what you do. Sorry, I'm gonna out you.
What?
Here. You have a lot of people on mute.
Oh yeah, everyone in my phone is on mute. And then a lot of people are also on archived. So, do you know on WhatsApp, it's got the archive bar at the top?
Yeah.
Whenever I see a number next to that, I get fucking nervous.
Oh,
Because I'm like, why is this person messaging me?
Who's popped up?
Yeah,
in
what
that?
what have I done wrong now? I never leave the house. How have I done anything bloody wrong? But yes, and of course my WhatsApp name. That was highlighted by a member of Club Sandwich production crew.
Yeah, we started the WhatsApp group with the team, and I'd actually forgotten. I think.
Well, I'd forgotten too. I must have done it 5 years ago.
Jordan's default name is His Lordship.
But it never occurred to me until it was highlighted.
Which is very apt, and it's quite funny because I think I call you His Lordship quite a lot anyway.
I know, I'm deserving of the title, which is why I offered it, conferred it upon myself.
Yeah. The humble northern lad, as you.
Yes, who likes fish and chips.
I know.
You've got no humility sat over there, dissing fish and chips, which is a national dish and has been for many a decade. So I do think that cheesed off phone calls.
I think, to be fair, because I don't want to get hung, drawn and quartered or any kind of medieval sort of punishment, I think maybe we should put phone calls on the chopping board.
Yeah, I do think phone calls should be on the chopping board. Do you enjoy a phone call? when you can send an email or can send even a
quite
voice
like a phone.
message.
I like a phone call when my mum calls me up. I'm like,
Yeah, but that's
she's
your
gonna have,
mum.
she's gonna have some tea here. Like, let's tune in. Like, pour a glass of wine, get ready.
But if it's someone like a stranger just ringing you up, like, oh, how's your day going?
When do you get strangers just randomly calling you
Remember
up?
when I
your day's
first
going?
came out of the Big Brother house?
Oh,
my phone
my
number.
God. Jordan had his phone number in his Instagram
Yes.
bio or something. No, it was on his Instagram that you could press it and it would call. And you had an old lady call you.
Yes, and she was like, "Oh, hello," and I was like, "Who's this?" It's like, "I loved watching you on my television. Did you know that your numbers?"
Do you want to address this lady and just say hello now?
Yes, if you're listening to this, thank you for informing me.
It was quite
Call me
sweet
again.
because she was basically calling to let you know that it was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very
Terribly sweet.
I know.
Should we move on from that?
Slices of life.
Yes.
What's been going on in our lives this week or in the last 26 to 27 years?
Well, no, I'm going to talk about more recent.
I love
stuff
the
this
scope
time.
that we have for that.
I know.
It's just outrageous.
Not yesterday. Last week we had some very interesting discourse about sausages and such else.
Yes.
But for me, my prepared slice, as you will, is to do with the theme of the week.
Yeah.
It's to do with meal deals. Did you know that meal deals, the origin of the meal deals can be traced to Boots, which is a
I
pharmacy?
think you managed to create your own little history corner of this podcast.
In 1985, that's a good. We could have a new section. Now, this is what Josh Barry said last year. You and I know Josh Barry.
Yes, we do.
He's quite the character.
He's a food writer.
Yes.
Yes.
He said, "There's just something about processed ham in between cheap sliced bread." A significant part of growing up in Britain. Meal deals are a significant part of growing up in Britain. But Josh Barry
Yes.
writes, this is shit. Not what he said, but how I'm presenting it. "I think meal deals have had their time in the sun. Sack off the soggy sandwiches." And then I added my bit, "made by Sandy
Okay.
in the factory." Because that's how all meal deals, well, most meal deals are produced.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah, on the line
Oh, really?
in warehouses.
And they just get shipped off to each place? Did you ever have to do anything like that? You obviously in your supermarket
I didn't.
history.
Yeah, I just worked in the supermarkets. I didn't work in the production line.
production,
Well, I kind of did. Oh, we're overcomplicating it. But do you know when you have a meal deal,
Yes.
don't you find that one sandwich usually is deeper filled than the other? Like from one sandwich, you derive greater pleasure than the other sandwich.
Well, I guess like if you're starving, that first slice is going to be ultra good.
Well, I have a conspiracy about this. So on the production line, they might have a nicer, like they put more ingredients in one line, then the other line they don't, and then they just
What, for money making reasons?
Yeah, cost cutting.
Oh, right.
They got rid of the counters.
I do think a lot of supermarket sandwiches are absolutely dire, though. Like
Do you agree with what Josh Barry
they
said?
are soggy. The bread the bread is so soggy, and I think it's like. I think when you open up a supermarket sandwich,
Yes.
it's kind of you wish you never saw what was in there.
Although that chicken and bacon one from Sainsbury's, that always does the job. But even with that, I just think one is always more pleasurable than the other.
Yeah.
Maybe that's due to hunger.
Yeah, potentially.
But that black pepper mayonnaise is just gorgeous. But do you agree with Josh Barry that meal deals are on the way out?
No, I don't think so. I think they're too ingrained in Brits.
Because they are talking about new legislation in Wales. We're now on to politics corner.
Yeah.
New legislation in Wales whereby the meal deals will be outlawed because they're contributing to obesity and such else.
Oh gosh.
I think that's 2015.
Yeah.
Not 2015, 2025 maybe. Right, just share your prepared slice. I hope it's deeper filled than that was.
I have been worrying recently whether my impact on Jordan is kind of showing itself, and I'm a bit worried I'm kind of turning you into a monster.
Well, maybe I've just always been a wolf in sheep's clothing.
What? What does that mean?
Like, the innocent facade does not represent accurately the inner workings.
Fine. We're in your metaphor corner again. I thought this was really funny. We went to the Ritz the other day because
I was just feeling bitter though.
We were walking. Jordan doesn't take rejection very well. At like
No.
if you go into a bar or a restaurant and you ask for a table and they say they're full, you act like you've personally offended.
Well, I dealt with rejection well last night. We can talk about that too.
Oh yes, but we went to the Ritz where Jordan's never been, which I just wanted to take you and go for a drink.
Yeah, but I've watched YouTube videos of it. So
We got there.
I think I'm quite the expert.
And I couldn't believe it. You said to we asked the guy, I said, have you got room for 2 people? We just want to grab a martini. And he said, oh no, we're completely full. And I was like, oh, don't worry.
Which they weren't.
They probably were. I said,
I could see empty tables.
I was like, don't worry, that's absolutely fine. Jordan said, well, I much prefer Claridge's anyway.
Yes. Because I thought you snooty
It's outrageous.
bastards rejecting us. Not because we're Z-listers, but because just, we're going to give them money.
I'd much rather. Who do you think you are, darling? It's just outrageous.
His lordship, obviously. But no, we were rejected last night, weren't we? When we were actually invited somewhere. But I took that incredibly well. You didn't take that very well. Like, this has never happened to me before. Oh,
No,
gosh.
I didn't say that to them.
No, but you said it to me.
No, when you're invited to an event and you get there and they say that the capacity is just...
I was like, Henry, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But then when we got around the corner, I was like, oh, that's just terrible. You don't invite people to an event and then not let them in. Right. For the third slice, now that you've outed me, I'm going to out you.
Oh.
Almost dying the other night.
I was basically just not feeling very well.
Don't describe the symptoms. No one deserves to hear that.
And I was on the phone to like 111, all the usual, all the usual stuff. And I just noticed a slight absence of Jordan. And I was just like, what is going on? And I realized you were genuinely like, I think you genuinely thought I was done.
Well, I like to assume the worst. Well, I don't like to, but I just think that it's important.
And you with like
of
a fully like straight
contingency
face
there.
afterwards, you were like,
Yes.
right, well, are you going to be like, okay? Like,
Yeah, well,
do I need to like plan for?
No, in my head, I was thinking, what would happen? What are the steps? Like, how do I inform people?
What were you on to your next marriage?
No, darling, I didn't get that far ahead. No, I was just thinking, what do I do if Henry pops his clogs?
This is so morbid.
It is morbid, but darling, it's where my mind went. I thought, how am I going to be able to process that? Is it going to like ruin my mind? Am I going to go insane? Like, widowed, well, we're not married. We'd have to marry on a deathbed or something. And I was going through, like, I'll have to have a period of mourning.
I think
we've just started a podcast.
I think because you mentioned because you heard me mention hospital on the phone.
Yeah.
And I think you thought I was a goner.
I know you're a drama queen anyway, but I was thinking.
How dare you?
I was thinking the worst.
Okay.
That just shows how much I love you.
Yes. Well, we've lived to tell the tale.
Was that nice? Was that a little soppy moment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I'm not saying it again. So yeah, I was concerned, darling.
Oh. Well,
It came from a place of love.
yes. Well, we're here.
And you didn't die. You're still here. You're moaning on the way here, but you don't seem very ill to me right now.
Awful. Did you not have many sick days off at school or anything?
Oh, that's actually a good question. You should have asked me that.
I just have asked you it.
No.
You
No,
didn't?
no. So I always felt great guilt.
Really?
Yeah, for those
For who?
institution of schooling.
The
If I didn't go, the teachers planned a lesson, then you go the next day, you've got to catch up on shit.
Yeah. Our like the matron person in my school was like, you could literally go and just cough and they're like, go and lie down and I'll bring you a bacon sandwich.
Well, we didn't have matrons in my school, Henry, but I did love talking to the dinner ladies.
Cool, should we move on to club counselling?
Yes.
Let's begin club counselling.
Yeah.
It's a great session. You can send in your issues and we'll try our best to resolve them. Emphasis on try. I'm not sure we're professionals in dealing with these kind of situations.
Well, speak for yourself, darling.
Honestly, we've had some really funny ones. I've got one here. I don't think I should even read this person's name because I worry they might get a pain.
A what?
They've said, my biggest dislike is people crying. No one seems to understand it, but it just grosses me out.
That's acceptable. What's the issue
Was
with
it
that?
you? No, it's not you.
No, I agree.
You don't like people crying?
No.
But it's people being emotional, darling. Unlock your emotional orifices.
Oh, darling, please with that. But no, I don't like it, especially when they start crying in front of you, because they're obviously crying because they want a reaction from you, like, oh, here, it'll be okay.
Darling, I think you need some therapy.
Well, bet what people crying need therapy. Sorry. Don't release undue emotion unnecessarily.
Oh, no, but do you know, come on, sometimes it's just like, so if you feel, so if you felt like pent up, are you about to cry, you just would stop yourself?
Just walk away. Well, just keep walking. I don't understand it because when someone comes up to you and go, oh, and then they just start beating, I'm just like, well, okay, well, it will be all right.
I feel like every day.
Think rationally.
Every day you get.
Oh shit! I can't say that. They might be dying, but that's a good reason to cry.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, so that's the only case where that's crying is acceptable.
Well, you were weeping the other night, so
this has basically been the death special of of Club Sandwich.
Is this the death of Club Sandwich? We've made it to almost all the way through episode 2.
I mean, every time, like I feel like you're getting closer and closer to a Tim Burton character every time that we have these.
Well, you saw how good my acting was in that trailer, Henry.
Oh, I know.
And the voice acting, especially.
Ready for Hollyoaks. You're giving AJ and Curtis Pritchard a run for their money.
When they're on the little...
Yeah.
Finally. I was beginning to think you'd forgot about me. What did Mum say? Probably stop whinging. True. How's Trish? Heartbroken. She thought she was about to get engaged. Couldn't have been further from the truth. Well, that's made my day, that. It'll be nothing compared to what we've got planned for her.
Have you got
They're guests on the podcast next week. You can have AJ there, Curtis sat there.
Have you got any issues, or have you just thrown your phone away?
I have many issues, darling. But no, I agree with the person who's said about crying. I had one.
Yeah.
I've forgotten it now because I put my phone on the floor, but I'm going to retrieve my phone. Okay, it's from Michael, whoever Michael is.
Hi, Michael.
Hi.
Welcome to the club.
Michael asks, how do you pronounce scone? I would say scone because I heard it in Downton Abbey. The Earl of Grantham pronounced it scone.
I'd say scone.
Yeah, scone as in gone, not scone as in stone.
Stone.
No. But then you would think that scone sounds fancier, wouldn't you?
You do know you've opened up a whole sort of like can of...
Right in.
Because as soon as you mention a scone, you have to talk about jam or cream first.
Oh, that was a good segue.
Yeah.
Goodness, you're good at this, aren't you?
I know.
I would put the butter on first and then some cream. I don't want the jam.
What?
I don't want the jam.
Are you joking?
No, I don't want the jam.
No. The jam isn't the main concern here. That is a big concern. The concern is that you're putting butter on your scone.
Yes, they're supposed to be
as
buttery.
well as cream.
Yes. I love the scones you can get, the buttermilk scones. And then you put more butter on because I love my butter.
I'm so confused.
I buttered what I brought for you too. Oh, I didn't butter it with my own hands.
Thank you. Me and my mother have big debates about this. She's jam first. I'm cream first.
Right.
I know it divides a lot of people.
Yeah. What
Comment
do you
down below.
think at home? Huh? I'm not reading through those comments. I'm quite apathetic about whether people butter or
butter on
cream.
a scone is like
oysters.
Choice.
Do you like oysters?
I love them.
Because Carol has written in. She said, oysters. I can't stand oysters, but I love sushi.
But I love that.
I was so bored of talking about scones.
Adore that for her.
But I don't like oysters. I don't like I think it's a horrible sensation. You've witnessed me try an oyster before, haven't you?
Yeah, it was quite painful to watch. I feel like I'm going to bring an oyster in a future.
I mean, I would try one for the purposes of the digital content of this podcast. Maybe not the audio. I'll go away from the microphone when trying to swallow it. Because I don't like the idea of it slithering down your throat. Because you don't chew it, do you?
No, well...
Apparently you can.
No, you can. I'm a two chewer, then swallow,
Are you, darling?
Bloody oyster.
Shall I do one more? Should I?
Yeah. I mean, if it's a statement like Carol doesn't like oysters,
No, she was...
discuss.
Carol was writing in because she wanted some kind of help with that.
Okay.
All we've said is I hate
Carol,
oysters.
actually,
you
I've
love
got some
oysters.
help.
Right.
Carol, try a cooked oyster.
No, I've got one. So this was written in by Anonymous. I will keep them anonymous. I love my... No, they don't love their boyfriend. That's the problem. I want to split up from my boyfriend, but he's my best friend. What do I do? Not written by my own hand.
Wait, say that again. She wants to break up with her boyfriend.
Yes, but it's also their best friend.
Oh, so they want to like maintain the friendship.
Yes. See, this is proper counselling.
I know.
Forget Carol and her oysters.
I think they're buggered, to be honest.
Why do you think they're buggered?
It's quite hard to go back from that, isn't it?
So what's your advice? Sever the friendship,
there's no hope.
relationship, and
There's no
the
hope.
friendship. There's no.
I'm
hope.
sorry to have Jordan's given me a bit of pessimism in our relationship, and yeah, there's no hope.
Well, I've got some pessimism.
But I wish you a very happy life.
I've got some pessimism about the welfare of this relationship after the things you've expressed during this podcast. Fish and chips. How can you not like fish and chips?
Ghastly stuff.
Now we've reached the final section of the podcast where we try each other's sandwiches.
We do.
So this week we've both curated our own meal deal, haven't we?
If we had our own supermarket, like this would be
Yes.
the meal deal that we would have on sale, like our all-time favourite, like a death row meal deal.
Yes, so it's quite a fantasy meal deal. We're not being economical. Well, I certainly haven't been.
How far do you think they go on death? Sorry, talk of death row. When they talk about
Why are we talking about more death, Henry?
'cause oh yeah, like people's last meals. Like, do you think they can be so specific? Do you think they could
Yeah,
ask
I
for
think
like?
they drive to the nearest KFC for you, surely.
No,
Or
but
they
do you-
order it in.
Like if I was like, oh, I want like the lobster thermidor from Scott's in Mayfair.
Oh, no,
with
no, they
a bottle
just
of
taking the piss,
1998
no.
Krug.
No, darling.
That they wouldn't have that on offer.
No, they
maybe like presents in like Monte Carlo.
No, darling. I think it was the second you got in, they would have read you. And that they would have...
Really?
Yeah. You wouldn't be asking for that by the time you reached that point of execution.
What is your death row meal?
My death row meal
Yeah.
is probably just, happiness and forgiveness. No, a plate of fish and chips, darling.
Really?
Obvious fuckingly. What's yours? Lobster thermidor from Scott's.
No, that's up there. But I was also discussing the other day. I think genuinely, I'd be quite happy, not to plug the podcast, but a club sandwich with fries and a glass of rosé or something, or a champagne. That would I'm ready to go then. Adios.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, at death row restrictions, I don't think they would give you alcohol, would they?
our fabulous producer sent us the death row meal rules. Okay.
You can't ask for like a syringe of heroin to relax you.
You're joking. This
What?
is a joke. It has to be like less than, so it varies state by state. For example, Florida must cost less than $40. Oklahoma, the limit's $25.
$25. What could that get you?
I mean, $25, what could he get? I mean, I think our meal deals today are more than that.
Wait. No, you could afford mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if there's any...
This is our death row meal deal. Well, the theme of this episode is not meal deal,
Darling,
it's death.
if any of them listen, they might order in your meal deal in Oklahoma.
Yes, so if anyone's listening in Oklahoma,
Yeah.
hello. I've got some American stuff for the next episode.
I mean, it's time for the
Yes,
breadboard
it's time.
to see what meal deal that we've bought each other.
Yes. And this is something I would definitely eat. Eat two of them and drink the other.
What?
Shut up, Henry.
What, the thing that you've bought me is something you definitely eat? Well, I'd hope every
Yes.
time, every week that
Yes,
you'd
that's
want
the
to
whole
eat
point,
it.
isn't it?
Yes.
But I have poshed out a bit because although I loved the bacon and sausage last week, this is, treating myself. Dream
Okay.
meal deal. But we don't know what exactly we have each other.
No, we don't. We have no
Yeah.
idea. So
I mean, we did go to the same shop beforehand, but we were quite good about it, weren't we? I was
Yeah.
like, Henry, you go into that room, I'll go into that room. Don't come into this room until I've paid up and
absolutely.
very
Should we-
organised.
Should we
let's
reveal?
just go for it.
Let's do
Enough
it.
waffle.
Waffle.
I can't believe it.
Look at that. Look at the drinks choice.
I was going to get that.
Really?
Yeah, because
Oh my God.
look at what I got you.
So what I'm seeing right here is a tin of, I forgot, I haven't given you your drinks pairing, which is a little bottle of Blanc de Blanc Fortnum and Mason champagne.
It's my favourite, darling.
I know. These won't
Up there
definitely
with
won't
Lambrini.
be better than Lambrini.
Up there with Lambrini.
I mean, these probably aren't £3.50 with a club card, are they?
No, but you describe yours.
Yeah. So I've got a diet gin and tonic. You trying to hint something?
No, we aren't dieting at the moment.
I just want to unveil what's in here.
I was honestly, when I was waiting for you, I was tempted to have a nibble because I was so hungry.
A nibble.
Yes.
Oh, you should have done. Oh, I do love a cookie. That does look like
That is
very
a
good
healthy cookie.
It is. That does look really good. Where did you get that from?
The same place you got this. Because I was going to get this,
Oh, really?
but then I saw the cookie.
Have we got the same sandwich? Have we agreed on something for once?
Did you? What is this? It's
Well,
a
open it and
chicken.
find out.
Well, you
The
go
rotis-
first.
It's the rotisserie chicken,
Which I
counter
love.
at Harrods is a magical place.
Yeah. Charge a bloody fortune nowadays.
Lily Allen apparently goes after her gym
Yeah.
class in the morning, but it's incredible.
Now, I would usually get the chicken wrap from the rotisserie chicken.
Every
counter.
time I go, the price goes up by £1. First time I went, it was like £8. Now that it's
Have
gone
we
up to
fucked
12.
up? No, that's good, isn't it? That means
What?
like, open that and then tell me if that's what you got me, because I'm feeling that, and that's different from what I got you.
Okay. It says ultimate chicken sandwich.
Well, you so does
God, this is
yours, but
hard to get into.
she
Bloody
wrapped
hell.
it well, didn't she?
They have wrapped this bloody well. It's like Christmas,
So I have an ultimate chicken sandwich.
which you also haven't opened.
No, well, I'll open mine then.
Yeah, let's just open.
And I have this. What is this? It's like a cornflakey.
It's like a honeycomb cornflake type chocolate bar. That little bar was like £7.
What?
Yeah.
Are you taking the piss? That cookie was £4, which I know is outrageous too.
Why can't I open this? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, I'm seeing greenery. Oh, I see. That looks like a good sandwich. I like the choice of bread, the ciabatta. The ciabatta.
Now, question, is a wrap a sandwich?
God, last week it was you who didn't make a sandwich, and this week it's me who's actually.
I'm spilling crumbs all over the studio.
Well, I think anything encompassed in bread could be a sandwich, but then some people might say that 2 slices of bread is a sandwich.
That's 2 slices
Yeah,
of
this
bread,
is 2
though,
slices
isn't it?
of bread.
I was going to get you the sourdough.
It's a wrapper sandwich. Oh my God. Have I completely
Missed the mark.
missed the mark?
I think you have.
Well, I hope you enjoy it anyway.
We've now finally unwrapped the sandwich. Well, we haven't totally unwrapped them. That wrap is not coming out of there.
You know what? I should have had it cut in half. I'm sorry.
I know I had the decency to have that one cut in half for you. I mean, that one looks better.
So what did you put in my sandwich?
Well, I was actually quite kind to you because I know you don't want ketchup and mayonnaise. I thought if I'm paying £12, I'm not going to fuck it up.
Yeah.
So I put in just mayonnaise, lettuce, red onion. I love red onion, and rotisserie chicken. So what did you put in there?
This is so funny. It's basically the same.
Did
but
you
in a
put-
wrap? We have literally given each other the same sandwich.
I mean,
What
did you put in it then? Rotisserie
chicken, but it's the aioli, the garlic mayo,
are you taking the piss?
and lettuce and red onion.
You put garlic mayonnaise in that?
Yes.
I don't want garlic mayonnaise.
Why not?
I know.
Do you not like garlic?
Yeah, not with mayonnaise though. Why ruin mayonnaise?
I didn't know you felt so strongly about
you-
this matter.
I'd rather have that one. I don't like garlic mayonnaise.
Really?
I've never liked it.
Oh no. I'm sorry, darling.
I like garlic bread with mayonnaise.
It looks very delicious. Should we take a
Yeah.
Should we take a bite?
Yeah. I'm a bit peeved because this would have been really nice.
You know what? It's actually just mayonnaise, darling.
Yeah, and I got you a diet gin and tonic because, this is monstrous, Henry. I do love a Harrods rotisserie chicken wrap.
It does look really good. Darling, you've outdone yourself. This is better than the monstrosity of last week.
Oh, well, don't spill it on the carpet then, Henry.
Sorry, team. Should we go in for a bite?
Yeah, I can't. This is a monstrous thing. I think we're talking like 7-8 inches here. What, darling? I'm just stating a fact.
For people listening that with no visual. It's a bloody good sarnie, that is.
I know. This is very nice.
No wonder there's a queue.
Yes, there was a queue when I went too.
I don't want to turn this into ASMR. I'm very, very impressed with that. And I'm just going to see how well it pairs with the G&T. What do you think about canned cocktails and canned...
They do the job, don't they? When one's desperate.
When one's desperate.
Any reason you went to Fortnum's for the champagne? Do they not sell this in Harrods?
I think there was another way of doing that.
What? You cheeky sod. Well, I didn't tell you how to open that can.
Oh gosh, I'm a bit scared of you opening
Don't
that.
do it.
No, you need to do it. No, it's your meal deal. You ask me usually to open...
I know, but I've been getting
cork.
better. No, I thought it would be like a plastic top.
You're getting better. Last time I did it, you went down on the floor as if an explosion was about to happen.
I'm actually quite nervous.
I think we need some glass for that. I bought a glass because it's lovely. I want a glass of that.
Did you? Oh, how cute.
Give us some I prepared earlier.
Right, you twist the bottle.
Oh. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching or listening, consuming Club Sandwich.
Doesn't have to be
episode
difficult.
2. Cheers. Oh, are you just going to drink it from the bottle?
Yeah, right,
Oh,
wrap up then I'll pour.
Yes, follow us everywhere. YouTube, anywhere you're listening, so you can be the first person to listen when we release new episodes.
Yeah.
Do you want to...
Keep going.
Okay. Oh, bloody hell.
Extend the hand and then keep going with the...
Follow us on
spill it.
Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube also to get exclusive content. And
Right. I think that one's mine.
oh, okay. And next week, what are we doing next week?
Burgers.
Burgers.
We haven't ranked
We haven't ranked.
the sandwiches.
Right. So where are we ranking these? I haven't even tried your cookie. Did you try the chocolate?
No, I've not got it out the bag, darling. I couldn't get the wrap out the wrap bit.
These are the strongest contenders.
I'm going to say that one is definitely...
What, the one you bought for me?
Yeah, we need to go over the price too. Oh, so there's so much shit to do.
Oh gosh, we're busy. What does that mean?
Housekeeping.
I mean, yeah, I would say the one I bought you isn't the most cost-effective meal deal.
No, well, that can't go anywhere near the top of the ranking because it's a wrap, not a sandwich. So that's even lower for me than both things we had last week.
You're joking, really?
Yeah, because it's a wrap.
Okay, I'm happy to take that.
Yes, but that one, I think that should be at the top.
Wait, darling, you're putting that lower than last week's maraca sandwiches.
Well, you said it's a sandwich. There weren't maraca wraps, were they?
Fine, I'm happy to go with that. I mean, I'm just looking at the one I bought you. I think the champagne was about £19 for that small bottle. The wrap was £12, and then the chocolate bar was £7. So can you do the maths?
No. Does anyone have a calculator?
So that is a £38 meal deal.
Well, I mean, if you're in which state was it?
Oklahoma.
You wouldn't be able to have that on
You'd
death
be
row.
buggered.
Well, mine was £12, obviously.
Well, not just generally people who live in Oklahoma, people on death row in Oklahoma, darling.
Thank you. Right, you've saved the Daily Mail a headline there. Right, so mine was £12 for that lovely ciabatta.
Yes.
Worth £10, but it's £12 nowadays. The cookie, £4.
Yes.
The gin and tonic, £2.75, I believe. £18.75. I mean, you get as much enjoyment.
I know.
I mean, in Tesco nowadays and other supermarkets, meal deals are like, £7, £8, £9, aren't they?
No, they're not.
Yeah, I'm hyperbolizing, of course.
Right, well, so I think I'm happy to put this on.
So, yes, that
we
is...
do this on the top.
That's the top. And then it's that croissant thing. And then it's my maracas.
And then this one. I mean, it's a shame.
the wrap should just sit by itself because
I'm not too happy about the maracas going highly, but then now you've made me really question whether I've actually bought you a sandwich or not. Or a wrap.
that is not a sandwich. That's a wrap. It's a gorgeous wrap, but it's a wrap. This is not
Talking of that,
wrap.
that is a wrap.
Oh wow!
I'm here all night.
Cheers for listening.
Yeah. See you next Wednesday.
See you next Wednesday. I can't.
Cheers, darling.
Cheers.
Oh,
Oh, never mind.
you bastard.
Takes one to know one.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you.
So sweet.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're happy
I feel
now.
it's
aren't
not. It's
you?
not cold.
You are such a diva.